今天要说的，我们也不现实啊，这现实吗？哦，它每2行换一下色，好像还换的蛮频繁的。
对呀、所以说我比较担心这个，就是你换色什么的又比较
别提，
影响流畅度。
影响吗？不影响，看我想办法啊。哦，我知道了，怎么回事了。哎呀，存了，我知道咋回事了，播的太多了。你反正还没弄了，对吧？
开播了呀。
开播了。
对啊。
你调吧，调镜头吧。
怎么拍都不好。
找个什么东西，把他那个裙子拿下来。你那个裙子不拍吧？
拿下来干嘛？
我穿上啊。
不是说那个，我说这个整个这个画面怎么拍都不好
看。啊？那昨天你不是拍的蛮好的吗？是镜头调不到吗？
昨天也不咋地。
这个地方就这样。
这地方太小了。
这个地方就这样了。你的意思是不是拍到这个东西了？
不是。
哦。
是它整个画面就不咋地。
你看着办吧，这个画面的问题你调了。
到时候有可能需要你制片，到时候拉出来展示一下。
要的。那个是肯定的，这个是咋回事了？是这样的，它不能推在外头。换一个颜色，简单。你看可以吗？
Hi everyone. It's nice to see you today. How are you? And this is a live stream about our knitting machine, and I think you guys are very familiar with my live stream, right? And these days we plan to show you another model of our star, LK150, and this knitting machine is very easy to achieve, and it's very easy to operate, and it is also very suitable for the beginner who want to learn how to weave. As we can see that knitting machine can have the biggest advantage, which is make your knitting process very easy and fast, and it will take you a very few time to finish a knitted project like sweater, scarf, and so on, right? And today we are still going to show you how to operate this model of knitting machine. So let's keep staying in our live stream, and let's talk about how to operate knitting machine, or you can share with me the story about your experience of knitting, okay? And if you have any question about this model of knitting machine, I will introduce the details of this machine and show you how to operate this little house. And you can ask any question about knitting machine, okay? And if you are curious about the component of our knitting machine, you can send a message in my live stream and I will introduce each part of our knitting machine, like this, like the needle bed and the needle. Look at this one, and the LK150 has 150 needles on the needle bed, so we called this model of knitting machine LK180. Oh, Karina, you come to my live stream, right? How are you today, Karina? Yes, and this is the LK150, and it is very suitable for the beginner. And if you have no experience or just have a little knowledge about knitting, you can choose this knitting machine and use this knitting machine at home to study the knitting. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And this day's live stream is about this model of knitting machine, and we are going to show you a very friendly knitting machine. This is LK150, another good friend of knitting designer or knitting enthusiast. So Karina, do you have experience about knitting? Karina, are you here? Look at this fabric. Look at this fabric. It's very beautiful and it's very spring, right? You can easily use this knitting machine to weave the fabric like this. It's also very easy to operate and to learn. We will also update a lot of interesting videos about LK150. If you're curious this knitting machine, and I'm very welcome that you ask the details about this one, okay? And if you want to know more, you can click our shop address. And do you know our shop address? That's www.diymao.com. If you want to know the knitting machine, you can click this one. This is our shopping address, www.diymao.com, and you can search this address and to know more about our knitting machine. And let me show you how to search. Look at this one. You can search this address, diymao.com. Hi my friend Weston. And how are you, Weston? This is a live stream about knitting machine. And what we are doing is to use this knitting machine to weave the fabric like this. And this model of knitting machine is LK150. If you guys have already know this model of knitting machine and know this brand, you can stay in my live stream and let's take a look how to operate and how to use this knitting machine to weave the beautiful fabric like this. And I think LK150 is very suitable for people who love weave the sweater and the blanket, which is need a huge amount of plain stitches. And it's very easy to weave the plain stitches on this knitting machine. And LK150 can also handle different materials of yarns that SK280 should choose the fabrics of yarns, but LK100 have more possibility to handle the different materials and the different thickness of yarns like this. And today's yarns we use is this one, the cotton. Look at this one. It's very, and I think the thickness is not very suitable for SK280, but LK but LK 150 can easily handle this thickness of yarns. And you can search the DIYMAO.com to visit our shop. And this is the best seller of our two model of knitting machine. They are SK280 and LK 150. So when you search this address and come into my shop, you can find that there are two star model of our knitting machine. And today's star is LK 150. Look at this one, and you can click this link and find more detail about our LK 150 knitting machine. And this is the main picture, and this is the details of this model of knitting machine. Look at this one. There are size, weight, and needles, right? And this is the detail. And the advantages of our knitting machine LK 150 is easy to operate, high efficiency production, durable materials, and high cost performance. Right. So look at these fabrics. It's very nice, right? And this is the one unit that if you plan to buy this knitting machine home, and this is the whole component of the LK 150. So when you take this unit home, you will have a main machine and the original machine head, like this machine head. So you can see that the operation is very smooth and perfect, and it's very easy to do the weaving, right? Compared with hand making, maybe it is a little difficult for someone to use the needle, right? And when you're knitting by your hand and needles, you must to focus on the numbers and the pattern that you are knitting, right? And sometimes you will make some mistakes. But if you use a knitting machine, you will not worry about this question. You just pull and push the machine head and do not remember the rows or the patterns or the stitches that you have knit. So that's the biggest advantage of the machine. It can simplify your knitting, and it can become a perfect partner that you need during learning knitting, right? And our shop not only sells the knitting machine, but also sells the needles, knitting needles, and knitting needles organizer bag. Look at this one. And we have different kind of bags. So if you love needles, or if you love hand making, you can also choose the products you like in our shop. And there is the needle organizer bag, and this is the knitting needle. You can choose different size and lengths of our needles in my shop. And the Multify box, and the simple needle. And this is some, I think this is a toys. If you love playing yarns and to use the yarns to make different toys, I think this toy is very suitable for you. And there are many different kind of products. So search our shop DIYMAO.com and find the products you like, or find more details about our knitting machine. Okay. If you have any question about LK150, please feel free to send a message to me. And very welcome to visit my live stream. It's nice to see you in my live stream. And this is the live stream about Sliver Reed, a brand of knitting machine. And today's model I am introducing to you is LK150. Yes, it's very cool. And if you love knitting, or if you are learning how to knit, maybe you can stay in my live stream and see a new way to learn knitting is that we use the knitting machine. We use the knitting machine to weave fabrics, and you can use this knitting machine to create every kind of knitted projects, such as sweater, t-shirt, scarves, hats, and so on. And you can play different colors on this machine and change the colors and change the patterns you want or you like by weaving this, by pushing the machine head. So any question about knitting machine are very welcome. You can ask any question about knitting and the knitting machine. I will try my best to answer you, okay? Thank you very much for your support. Yes, if you can get a knitting machine, I think it's very interesting to weaving or to knitting. You will find a lot of happiness and interesting to operate this knitting machine. And I think because knitting machine will take you a little time to finish a home knitted project. So you will like time is passing so fast, and you will forget the time and forget the tired to play in the knitting machine. And it will help you explore your imagination and creativity.
这颜色配的还可以啊。嗯。好像不是个那个效果。在哪错？ 这点可以了吧？这个可以了吧？
可以啊。
可以了，我就自然就行。然后
或者你随便拉吧。
随便拉。
I broke the computer. I would like to try this. Oh, okay. You want to try this? So you have knitting machine, right? Jane. And you broke your computer. What size yarn is this? And is it cotton? And this size of yarns. This project looks fun. You see around knitting machine like this, but this is a different way. I like to try. I love sweater made out of this fabric. And 等一下，老师，我让他给他看一下这两团线。And look at this. Look at these two yarns. Can you see it? This size of yarns. Do you have this size of yarns? I can show you. And I think you maybe knitting enthusiast that have experience about knitting, right, Jen? And I think you can find the size of yarn. So it's unnecessary for me to introduce too much details about the yarn. I think you can find this information of this yarn, right? Look at this yarn. And this cotton, this is a colorful cotton, and this is a pure color of our cotton. And today we use two colors and these two size of yarns to weave the fabrics. So let's. And yesterday we also weave beautiful fabrics by using the knitting machine LK180. And you can look at these fabrics. It's also very suitable for dress and sweaters. Yes, thank you. So if you love this knitting machine, or if you have already have a knitting machine like this LK150, you can try yourself. I can, but not knitting. So this is very good. Yes, and if you have the experience, you do not worry about this question. Okay, this is very easy to learn if you use knitting machine. If you use a needle to learn knitting, I will tell you that it is really a little difficult to learn knitting. But if you have a knitting machine like this, knitting learning is very easy and friendly, and you can keep following our YouTube channel, and we will update a lot of step-by-step teaching videos for you. So if you already have a knitting machine, you can follow us and watch our teaching videos and learn how to use the knitting machine to weave a sweater you like, okay? And you can see this scarf. This scarf is that we have already weave, and it took us just 20 minutes to weave this scarf. And the color we have changed is also very beautiful, right? So this scarf is easy to make by using our knitting machine. And look at the stitch and the color is very nice, right? And another complex pattern I can show you. And this is another pattern that our scarf we have made by LK150. Look at this pattern. 帮忙展示一下。 我现在给它展示一下花纹。Look at this fabrics, my friend. It's very nice, right? And we used the LK150 to weave a scarf like this, and it also took us only half a day to weave a scarf like this. It's very beautiful, right? So knitting machine is very efficient and it's very easy to operate. You just to learn how to operate this machine, and then you can finish the knitted project by yourself. And you can also weave the sweater. Look at this one, this sweater. You can also weave the sweater women t-shirt like this. And look at this pattern that we have made. And look at the stitch that the machine has finished. It's very nice, right? And it just took us about 1 day to weave a sweater like this by using LK150. And look at this pattern. It's very easy to operate and it's very easy to finish. So if you want to know more details about how to operate the knitting machine, you can keep following our channel and we will update a lot of teaching videos for you. If you cannot figure them out, you can keep following my channel, okay? Cool Cat. So Cool Cat, where are you come from? And you love knitting, right? And can you tell me which model of knitting machine you have? And maybe we can talk with each other and share your knitting project. Can you tell me which model of knitting machine you have? And we usually operate the LK150 and SK280 them out of storage. I don't know right now. Or you do not know, or you just do not use the knitting machine, right? Because you have no teaching video to teach you how to operate the knitting machine. But don't worry, in the future, if you follow us, and we will update a lot of interesting video and interesting teaching video for you, okay? So you can also add my friend. Do you have WhatsApp number, Cool Cat? And if you want to know more, maybe you can search my WhatsApp number and send a message or your question about knitting. We will have professional teacher that teach you how to weave by using knitting machine, okay? So my friend, if you guys want to know more details about our knitting machine, or if you want to know how to subscribe the knitting machine, you can search the WhatsApp number and contact me. Any question about knitting or any interesting experience about your knitting, you can also tell me by WhatsApp, okay? And this is my WhatsApp number. So if you are interested in this knitting machine, or if you want to know more, you can add my number. Good night, cool cat. Welcome to my live stream, my friends. This is live stream about knitting machine sliver reed, and today's model is LK150. What we are doing and what we are showing is to teach you how to use this model of knitting machine to weave beautiful fabrics like this. And the advantage of our LK150 is very amazing. It is easy to operate and convenience to install. And if you have no experience about knitting but you love knitting, you can choose this model of knitting machine. So if you have any question about this knitting machine, feel free to send a message to me, okay? Welcome my old friend to come to my live stream. It's very nice to see you again, my old friend. And how are you? Thank you very much for your support and thank you very much for coming my live stream. This is still live stream about sliver reed knitting machine, and today's star is LK150. And we are going to show you how to use this model of knitting machine to operate, to weave the fabrics and to change different colors you want. If you want to know more, you can send a message to me and I will try my best to answer you, okay?
Hold it.
没事儿，没事儿，
没人。
没事儿。这高兴啊！真是。我下午去发 Facebook， 去挖我的客户。
对。
不玩这个。
玩。
这个拉完就拉了。这么多人吆喝那么多了，一个都不愿意加我。
就是啊。
也就那一两个。
真的是大海捞针，这个没有办法的。我觉得还是我儿子说的对。嘘，快点。My son, my son. What time？
10:16。还有10几分钟吗？
还有，
把这继续拉没了。
你就拉这个。
不要断。
不要断了。这个花钱好像也没看到。 公分。就这个
哪个？
钩子。
这个。
对对。
Okay. 没人问。Good night. Okay, thanks again. Good night. Okay. 徐和老师。
对。
哎，老师，这个豆豆线能不能拉的？
可以的呀，豆豆线都可以拉的呀。
看看这豆豆线。
昨天不就拉了个豆豆线吗？
不是那个豆豆线，是这种。这个线有点粗的。
可以的，那个线都行。
呀，这个线。
可以的。
And Thank you very much for support my live stream. And in a very short time, we have finished this colorful fabrics. Look at this one and look at this pattern. This is a very special stitch. And we finished this stitch by our LK150. And you can exchange different colors you like and with different patterns you want by operating knitting machine. It's very efficient and time saving. So if you love knitting but you do not want to learn by your hand or needle, you can try the knitting machine, because knitting machine can not only help you learn knitting but also in the future can make a lot of benefits for you. Maybe you can become a knitting designer, or you can design the kinds of sweaters or knitted projects for someone or for your consumer, right? And thank you very much for coming my live stream. So I think buying a knitting machine is like an investment. You can spend the price of one knitting machine that make huge benefits in the future. It's a very I think it's a very good thing that to learn how to use the knitting machine, because I think knitting will finally instead the hand making, because it is very efficient, time saving, easy to learn, and the stitches, the fabrics, and you can see that the fabrics that the knitting machine made is not different between the hand making. And look at these fabrics, and the back side of the fabrics is very smooth, and there is the little mistakes that the knitting machine will make. And you do not need to focus on the stitches and the rows that you are weaving, right? And look at this, the pattern. And this pattern is used by the SK280. We use the pattern cards. Usually we also call it punch card to finish the patterns. It's very easy to weave the lovely pattern like this. And you do not focus on the stitches and the patterns you are weaving. And this fabrics is made by the LK150. It's very suitable for the beginner. And this fabrics is also made by our LK150. Look at this fabrics, is very beautiful, and it's very suitable for summer and for dress or sweaters. So if you want to design the sweaters or knitted project by yourself, maybe a knitting machine is very suitable for you, because you can save a lot of time and focus your energy on the creativity, right? And LK150 is a very good partner that it can handle a lot of different materials. Even this thickness, let me show you. Even this thickness of yarns, the LK150 can also handle this thickness of yarns. Look at this one. The special materials of yarns that SK280 might cannot handle, but LK150 can handle these materials, these special materials of yarns easily. So I can show you how to use these yarns to weave the fabrics. OK， 老师，你有空吗？你现在能用这个线起一下，起个2行，看看。OK, let me show you the probability that our LK180 can make. and it can handle a lot of different thickness of yarns, including this thickness of yarn. So let's take a look, and I will show you how to use this knitting machine to handle the special yarns. 少起一点了是吧？起个20-30可以。对，少一点。就大概你就直接拉平针了。
对。
Okay, it's very easy to start the first row, and the thickness of the yarn is very big, right? So let's take a look and how amazing this special yarns that we finish weaving. 可以吗？
对。这太大了，你这个密度要稍微大。
嗯。太高了是吧？放到地上呢。
放地上没翻动。
哦。And the colors is very lovely. You just pull and push the machine head, and finally the fabrics have already finished in a very short time. Look at this thickness of yarns, it's very special, right? But our LK150 can perfectly handle these special yarns, and you can design different kind of projects that you like, and you can try different mixed yarns on this knitting machine. So So if you love 这个宽度能做大长发圈吗？
可以的。
就是这种宽度。
对，一叠过来就可以了。
那直接把它拉出来，这么长。
行，可以。
直接把它拉出来，做大长发圈。试试。
可以。哎呀，那你应该说底边的这么底板这么
缝起来不就行了吗？简单的。
我来缝。
或者勾一条边也行。
可以。
直接做个大长发圈。你周围有谁有孙女儿吗？送给她。
海霞。
来送给她，她女儿送给她。直接拉出来吧。这边差不多要拉多少长？
要拉多。
你拉不动，我来拉。
蛮好看的。
对吧？是吧？好看吗？哎，掉了。Okay, thank you very much. And look at these fabrics. 我给他们看一下，那就结束。And look at these fabrics. It's very beautiful and lovely. And look at these special yarns. So the biggest advantage of our LK150 is that it can perfectly handle the special materials of yarns. And this thickness of yarns that if you use this thickness of yarns on the SK280，兄弟的那个8级领的能处理这种线吗？
处理不了，处理巴西的线跟我们那个机器一样。
So you can see this thickness of You can see this thickness of our yarns. Look at this one. It's very special, right? So if you have the brother knitting machine or sliver knitting machine like SK280 or HK80， 那个什么兄弟有没有什么 昨天我们之前前两天说的那个型号叫什么 HK8什么870。
8780。
Or if you have the brother knitting machine like HK 870, this kind of knitting machines cannot handle the thickness of the yarns, but our LK 180 can perfectly handle these special yarns. So look at this fabric, it's very lovely, right? And you can use this lovely and special fabrics to make a lot of different kind of knitted project. So today's live stream have already come to the end, and if you love knitting machine or if you curious about our LK 180, you can contact me, and you can also click the address that DIYMAO.com. Look at this. Look at our dress. And if you want to know more, please take a screenshot and save it. This is my WhatsApp number and my email address. And our shop is www.diymao.com. You can take a screen and search this address. So thank you very much for your company, and today's live stream have come to the end. So let's see again in my live stream at about the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.